don't do anything.
Okay, everybody, it's 7 o'clock straight up, so let's start. Those of you who are new will need to know that we start at 7 and we end at 9.
Okay, we'll pass around.
Except last week when it went to 9:20 and the week before. I'm Chris Robson, I'm president of the Esprit Democratic Club. I introduce our board, one of our VPs, Chris.
Well, what am I doing?
Okay, we're gonna give a speech. No more than a minute. Okay. No, that's good. That's good. And our secretary is Janet Bloom, okay? And our treasurer, Mark Frost, okay? And who else? We got our web guru media fantastico over here, Stuart Gordon, okay? And Shirley's not here yet. Shirley is our new membership chair. And I think, did I miss anybody? Don't think so, okay. I will revise the agenda and then I'll ask everybody if they have anything they'd like to add. We do need to add somewhere between 7 and 8, time to be determined. Discussion about our fundraiser on St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's Day.
The club is broke. We have about $8.14. I have another 4. I know exactly how much we have. So
Back when I was treasurer, we had thousands of
Oh,
dollars.
they're all.
one of our Democratic clubs, I won't mention their name yet because they still say they're gonna pay.
Oh, God, they haven't paid
They
yet.
haven't paid yet. So there's 300 due from them. There's 500 due from Janice Hahn. There's 300 due from Senator Lara. So, you know, we gotta get that money out of them. In the meantime, we're gonna raise our own money because, you know, we've had expenses, right? And we have ongoing monthly expenses, not a lot.
Can't wait on these politicians.
Yeah, so all right, so, okay, like the healthcare rally last week, we got $14 coming from that, and another $14.
$48.
You know, this is a club that was, you know, raking in
We got
$4,000 or
more than he
$5,000 a month. you know.
Yeah.
It just depends on how much Billy gives me this
Not when
month.
I was around. We got more than
2012.
$45,000 a month.
Yes.
During the campaign, of
During the
course.
campaign, you're bringing in all this money.
You're the secretary, you're not the treasurer.
No, I wasn't a.
Yeah, we spent every penny of it, that's
Yeah, I
probably
know,
why it
because
didn't.
we always had no money.
Okay, anyway.
Like $3
So
grand.
that's going to be added to the agenda, but before we start that, we have some endorsements to consider. The first one we want to talk, listen to some presentation by Ken Warfield. And Ken's going to tell us very briefly, 5-10 minutes, about AB 14, which is the new Disclose Act.
Correct.
Go ahead.
All right, where do you want me to stand? Right here is fine?
Wherever, the camera is there, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
And you
right.
are live
Yeah,
on
that's
Facebook.
perfect.
All right, again, hi, my name is Ken Warfield, and I'm a volunteer with the California Clean Money Campaign. This is my son Alex, he's an intern for them, so this is the first time I've spoken in front of a crowd like this. I've spoken in front of rallies. I think there was like 5,000 people there, but this is a little bit more nerve-wracking than that, believe it or not, because you guys are gonna ask questions.
Oh, yeah.
That I may or may not be able to answer, but I'll let
We
you
should
know.
very few of the presenters.
So, do you want to introduce yourselves, or do you want to?
Well, let me do this. Let's go around real quick because we have new folks here tonight. So let's start and introduce, we're going to introduce the board. Mike?
Hi, I'm Mike Clemson, one of the Assembly delegates, and I just got appointed to the Long Beach Transit Board.
All right. He's going to repaint all the buses to match the bicycles. Ron said blue. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. All right, let's go to Mike.
Mike Dillon,
That's all you're going to say? Mike Bellin? Okay.
it's good enough.
He's an agent provocateur. He's a progressive one, so that's good. All right, go ahead.
Neda Tushnet, and I'm also one of the delegates.
Hey.
Hey, he's
Revolution.
got it. Go ahead.
Bill Nash, this is my first meeting here. I worked on the Hillary campaign, but back again.
You were a regular in the office. We
I
appreciate
was.
that. Go ahead, Jeannie.
Jeannie Kyle.
Oh, now Jeannie Kyle also works on our web development committee. She does
Artwork.
Artwork
Yeah.
extraordinaire. She helped us get our
Flyers.
Kimberly buttons
everything.
done and our name badges and business cards.
She's our
right?
resident
Close.
artist.
We're close, we're close.
Yeah,
the
no, I talked
delegation.
with them today actually about the cards, and they're fine with doing COD, so anybody that can front the money to Chris, then when he pays, he won't be broke.
Okay, yeah, please. Yeah, they're $48 a pop, but you know, they're going to be nice and really useful at the convention. Okay, okay, back there. Oh, I'm sorry, Evan, why don't you go?
Evan Marquardt, I'm pretty new to the area, but I helped out canvassing for Bernie in North Carolina.
And you helped out the rally on Friday.
I attended the rally, I didn't do
Oh, you were working the booth, I saw you.
You helped us tear down.
No, that's that was the healthcare we're gonna talk about. a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bit. It's healthcare for all. Okay, and
Connie Rich, I've just been with Yes We Can since the beginning and worked on a lot of different campaigns off and on.
so the beginning for us was 2009, right after the election celebration, we decided that we would formalize. Before that, we had organized trips to Nevada because other local clubs wouldn't do it. And that's why we formed, because the focus of the other clubs in town was more on local elections. Now, since then, we've gotten involved with local elections too, but our primary focus has been on presidential and congressional. Okay, and.
There's seats up here if you want to sit down.
Yeah, there's plenty of seats up. Can you introduce yourself as you're walking in?
Sure. Sashi Morley Darin.
And how'd you find out about us?
Well, I work for the city. I'm on the board of the IAM.
Oh, okay.
I've been getting more politically active.
Good.
On the board of what?
Meetings. I know Chris, he's one familiar face. I know you.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is it?
We've seen each other.
Yeah, we usually all-
Finally found it a free evening.
Good, glad you're here.
What
Yeah,
is, what is IM?
International Association,
Machine?
Of machinists.
Oh, IAM.
It's the largest of the 10 city employee groups.
It's right across from City Hall. We've had a lot of our caucuses there for the Bernie delegates with us most recently. We've had ADEM meetings there.
Obama, we had the
Yeah.
Obama there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote for delegates.
So they're a good sport, mostly city workers, that's why it's right
They're
there.
remodeling, it's really nice.
Cool. Okay, and where'd I leave off? Annie?
I'm Ann Sullivan. I throw parties.
It's very useful that an Irish lass will be helping us put on the
She's
St.
a
Patrick's Day
She's the
event.
chair of our Irish coalition.
Yeah,
We got our own
I'm
Irish
the Irish
caucus here.
delegate.
I'm half Irish and half German, but anyway, so. Okay, but I love beer.
The Irish
Next
makes
there.
up
Oh,
for
hey,
all the
Joe, how you
rest.
doing?
Hi, I'm Joseph Page.
Oh, hey, Joe.
I attended some of Anna's parties, and I met most of you guys through the Hillary campaign. I did the digital media for the Long Beach area.
And Applegate.
Oh yes, and Applegate, yes.
Lynn?
Lynn Smothers Reese, I think I've been a member since I retired in 2010 or 2011.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Worked on a bunch of campaigns.
Immediate past treasurer, did a nice job
I
for
was
us 2 years.
past treasurer, yeah, for a couple of years.
That's why I don't have any money now.
No,
You're very good.
minded every penny.
She did everything to keep me from trying to spend it.
She did, she was good.
Okay, Mom Diwali.
Elaine Duvalli, co-president of Hubert Humphrey Democratic Club, 58 AD delegate to Los Angeles County Democratic Party, and 58 AD delegate to the Democratic Party State Central Committee.
Cool. Okay, yes, sir.
Matthew Brazil, Long Beach resident, long time. Bernie Sanders supporter, Hillary Clinton voter. Unfortunately.
I think, just a little tell you, some of you people here, some folks can introduce themselves as AD 70, what we're calling the Blue Revolution slate. That was designed specifically on purpose to represent both former burners and former, or whatever, Hillary supporters. So we try to, when we introduce ourselves, we do that for reference. The main thing is when we move forward with the resistance against Trump, and we're going to work together. And it's better that we work together, okay? All right, end of that
Okay.
comment? Go ahead.
Now I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I got involved with California Clean Money Campaign as a burner. I was a burner as well. I got involved, I was from Orange County. I did all kinds of, I was in charge of doing 6 light brigades, 4 over the 405, 3 down in Laguna Beach. I ran as a delegate to go to the convention. I didn't make it, but I went to Philly anyways, so that was a really good experience, even though it didn't turn out the way I wanted it, but oh well. So I thought I'd let my son introduce himself as well.
I'm Alex Warfield. I'm an intern at Clean Money Campaign.
Yeah, and he's also got a degree from UC Riverside in psychology, so he takes care of me.
Emotionally and mentally.
That's right. Hopefully tonight, that's for sure. Okay, the reason I'm here is, well, first off, how many people are aware of the Disclose Act? Anybody know Disclose Act? Okay, well, let me,
I thought he said Prozac.
That's why his son's
All the hands go up.
psychiatry comes next.
Missed my dose, go ahead.
That's right, okay. Well, the reason I'm here is to talk about AB 14, is the California Disclose Act. I know some of you might remember signing AB 700 last year. That was the same bill. It was an assembly bill. It made it through the assembly 60 to 15. It was bipartisan at the time. It's still a nonpartisan bill. We've changed the language a little bit. But it missed on the Senate floor last August by one vote, the last hour, the last day of the Senate session. And unfortunately, my state senator, Morlock, he abstained. I called him late at night, and he goes, if they force me to vote, I'm going to vote no, he said. So we didn't make it. This year we have, I'm assuming everybody's a Democrat, but we have supermajority in both the Assembly and the State Senate this year. So we need to get this thing passed. But one thing we need to do is we need to keep our Democratic representatives honest just as much as we do the Republicans. We actually have, this year, we actually have one Republican, actually one or two, that are endorsing this.
No
this
kidding.
bill. Yes.
Do you know who they are?
One is Catherine Baker. And who's the other one, Alex? It's in, it's on this here. What's his name? Tom Lackey. Tom Lackey. And we're trying to get more as well. You can hand these out. My son is going to pass around the petitions if anybody has not signed the petition yet. So we'd like to get as many as possible. We're trying to get 25,000 by the middle of March. I know it's already March. I've been saying we're going to get 25,000, but we've got about 18,000 so far. And I've been to so many rallies. We started collecting signatures on December 6th. I went to the Rose Bowl. We kind of went in with the No Dapple for the oil line. I don't know if you're familiar with that from North Dakota. And I've been to, I think, 3 total of those. I've been to went to the Women's March. I got stuck in the Women's March. I couldn't do anything. We didn't have phone. I couldn't get a hold of my supporters, anything. You know, everybody was looking for. You know, I had a wagon with me, and I was just stuck in the middle. I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to hand my clipboards out because I would lose them. So, but we ended up getting about 1,700 signatures that day because we had my son was manning the booth that we had on Broadway. So I don't know how many people went to the Women's March. I'm sure everybody here mostly, yeah. That was an interesting day, that's for sure.
It was a good day.
Yes, definitely so. Okay, well, one of the reasons you're here, we're trying to get your club to endorse AB 14, if possible. And hopefully you guys will give us a yes vote on that to be able to support it. Another reason that I'm giving this is because we need volunteers as well. We need volunteers to support this. As you can see, I'm not the best speaker in the world. Matter of fact, last weekend I spoke at the rally down at Huntington Beach for the healthcare. And I told them I got to leave because I got to learn how to speak. I was going to speakers training afterwards, so I'm still pretty rusty at this.
You're doing that real well, don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you. If there's any good speakers here, we're more than welcome to have you guys. But there's also other volunteer opportunities as well as collecting signatures like my son Alex does here. Let's see if I can read this. Gathering petitions, data entry, find endorsements. That's a big one. I'd like to get your endorsement if possible. Do you think you can get your union to endorse? If possible? I'll have Alex give you an endorsement sheet then. That would be great. Anybody else? You can help us get an endorsement?
No, I was waiting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be great.
I'm doing that now.
Okay. Well, let me start at the beginning. I kind of went to the end. Let me go back to my beginning. Let me explain the bill if nobody really knows about it. What it does, right now there is a bill in that controls how political ads are viewed on television, radio, and everything, but as you know, you can barely tell who's really endorsing or who's funding these bills that are on TV. They're all hidden behind these fake groups. And one thing it does differently now, it's going to take the 3 top funders of any political ad and require them to display their information. Like on TV, it's going to be like the bottom third of the TV. Let me get a board here.
There's a couple trees there.
I don't know if you can see this, you can hand it around once you sign it, but right now, this is the way it looks. See, this is just an example. And right now, you can't even read it. You can pause it on TV, you can't see it at all, you can't tell what group it is. The people that, the two top funders are in there somewhere, but I can't see them in there. You can't see them in there. What it's gonna look like is like this, is you're gonna have a black background, it's a third of the screen will be covered, and it's gonna have really high contrast text. It's not gonna be all caps like this is up here, it's gonna be right here, and then it's gonna list the funders. This was for Prop 26, I don't know if you remember Prop 26 or not. That was the ballot measure that made it, that we had for 2/3 of a vote in order to ask anybody to pay fees, including polluters. So, but this is what it's gonna look like. You're gonna have Chevron, Philip Morris,
Pass that around, yeah.
Anheuser-Busch. Go ahead and sign it as well. Alex, can you hand those out real quick?
I know I've probably signed it, I don't know if I've signed it as AB 14, right? It would have something.
It would have been AB 700 before last August. So. Okay, let me continue here. I don't want to take up all the time. Like I said, it's a non-partisan bill.
Question?
Yes, definitely.
So this is for radio and TV ads, correct?
For radio, TV ads, robocalls, any kind of print ads, internet.
So, okay, so how does it deal with new media?
New media?
Like, you know,
Yeah, that's.
flooding social media with,
I had the same questions myself, and I'm not sure exactly how they're gonna be able to control that, especially on the internet.
yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't cover any federal type elections because it's just within California. Unfortunately, that's the case. But that's a good question. I'll probably have to get back to you, or you can go to yesfairelections.org and you can read a little bit more about that yourself. Because I'm, like I said, I'm new at this. I'm not a lawyer or anything, so.
When you find out, let me know and I'll get it out to the.
Okay, all right, I'll do that. You take a note while you, never mind, order it later. Okay, I gotta put my reading glasses on, sorry.
Gotta kind of wrap it up here.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, let's see, the three top funders, I told you about that. Okay, the citizens, does everybody remember the Citizens United campaign, how it's dumped so much money into our political environment?
We all worked on Prop 59, so.
59, yeah. I'm going to read a quote from one of the Supreme Court justices on this, in response to this, if I could, if that's all right. Okay, requiring people to stand up in public for their political acts fosters civic courage, without which democracy is doomed. For my part, I do not look forward to a society which, thanks to the Supreme Court, campaigns anonymously and even exercises the direct democracy of initiative and referendum hidden from public scrutiny and protected from the accountability of criticism. This does not resemble the home of the brave. You know what Supreme Court justice said that?
Oliver Wendell Holmes.
No, he, in 2010.
Somebody in the 21st century?
Believe it or not, it was Scalia. It was Scalia that said that. He voted for Citizens United. I mean, he didn't vote for it. He
Voted against it.
voted, no, he
He
voted
voted
for it.
for it.
He voted for it. I was gonna put it in a different language, but that's what he did. But he said you need to have disclosure.
Let's use that as the text of the motion.
Okay, you wanna do that?
Yeah, let's move to it. All right, so the chair will entertain a motion for Yes We Can to endorse, to remind you, people who are voting are members of the club for 21 days. Again, it requires 2/3 vote of the members present. Is there a motion to endorse AB 14?
So moved.
Is there a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? See, I told you you didn't have to talk too much. This group has been working very hard on 59, and one of our key issues is getting money out. Because none of the rest of the things we want to do, like single payer and banning fracking, all those things, they won't happen until we get to those adult and soft money.
You just said my spiel.
No, we've been living it, right? All right, thank you for coming, I appreciate it.
Can I say one more thing?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I was gonna hand out some stuff,
All right.
some information, but we are having a kickoff meeting on March 2nd, and this is gonna be up in Glendale. My son will hand these out, but the author,
Today's March 2nd.
what did I say? I said March 12th. I meant
No,
to
it's
say-
March 2nd.
I'm sorry.
March 12th, okay.
March 12th, and the author of this, Jimmy Gomez, is going to be speaking. Sharon Quicksilver, Ben Allen. I'll let you read it. How's that? I'll hand it out to you
All right,
guys.
thanks very much, appreciate it.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
And we'll put that on the part of the endorsement process that we do is we back it up, usually back it up with money, we can't do that right now. What we can do is we can back it up with phone bank, we can back it up with publication of your event on March 12th, so that'll go on our next meeting right now.
Could you do me a favor and get everybody that may want to volunteer?
We have some sheet running around,
Okay, okay.
and then we'll do it as a club too.
Okay, then I'd like to get that information.
Yep, I'll get it back to you. All right. All right, great. All right, the next item on our agenda is consideration of the endorsement of Senate Bill 562, which is the Healthcare for All Act that is being proposed by Senator Lara and Senator Atkins. Those of you who were involved Friday know all about this, because you heard them speak. And again, this is one of our salient issues. We've been working on healthcare since the precursor of ACA. And we were trying to get a public option at that point in time. So we're really, as an organization, for this. So I don't think we need a lot of a presentation or a discussion on it. However, Chair will entertain a motion to endorse SB 562. Second, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Good. All right, moving on. Proposition H, the homelessness support proposition will represent a 0.25% tax increase in LA County, but not in Long Beach. And the reason for that is we're already maxed out by law, by statute. So it has no direct immediate effect on us as residents. Not that that should be an issue, but full disclosure. So the chair will entertain a motion to endorse Proposition H, which is the homeless support proposition. Is there a motion?
Yes.
Second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Yay.
Any nays? Okay, thank you. All right, we're done, we can go home. No. That quick.
Can I say one more thing?
No.
No?
Real quick. Just real quick.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to mention that there's also been introduced AB 651.
The companion bill, right.
It's a companion bill to AB 14. I said SB. I said SB 651. It's basically to disclose who's funding petition drives.
Oh, so
Yes.
that'll be good too.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to seeing that, yes.
Just an announcement about Proposition H.
I'm gonna get to that. All right, so here, like I said, what we do is what we can do. And right now, we don't have the money to give to these three important issues. But we do have boots on the ground, and we have some cred with our organization. The mayor asked us to mobilize for the Friday rally on Monday of that week, okay? He called, yes, we can. You may have noticed there were no other Democratic folks listed. I don't know if they were asked or not, all I know is we were asked and we did it. So the reason, because of our turnout for ADEM 70, we had almost 800 people come and vote for those of us who are delegates, okay? And almost all of us, well, 10 of the 14 are committed to Kimberly Ellis and a progressive change in the party. So it was a major ground show, and it showed the power of grassroots organizing. Thank you all very much. Give yourselves a hand. Okay, so for 562, I talked with Megan Baer, who's the Senator Lara's policy director, and I said, well, we're prepared to start phone banking, we're prepared to start working on this. What do you want us to do? And she said, hold off. The reason she said, want us to do that in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. The reason is that
On either day?
Either day, yeah. And now, there's a little conflict because we have another campaign, I forgot to bring a vote on this. We did it before, so it's probably really easy. Chair will entertain a motion to endorse Colonel Doug Applegate for Congress in the 49th District against sterilizers. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
2018.
18, yeah, we're starting early.
We're already getting started, folks.
Oh, good.
Okay, is there any discussion?
I have a question.
Yes,
Is there a reason we're starting so early?
yes.
Yes, you get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I mean. But,
No, the other thing we're trying to do is we're trying get his endorsement for Kimberly.
Okay.
So, you know, we raised yeah, this club, just for background, before you vote, this club last time raised about $5,000 in Ann's sister's house, where we're gonna have our party, okay? And we spent people down 4 weekends, I think, canvassing in southern Orange County, okay? So,
Hey, Chris?
there's a method to this, yes.
Yeah, even though Applegate lost last time, the effect was major, because I saw on
Yes.
MSNBC many times, you know, I saw, although he walked it back a little, said, you know, we need
Yes.
a prosecutor.
Right.
And
That's
they said, he said that because he narrowly won his race
Right.
in Hillary's
It
district.
was
So,
it was the closest race in the
Yeah.
country.
That's right.
Oh, in the country?
Most vulnerable
yeah,
Republican in the United
yeah,
States of
so
America.
it matters.
Yes, back here.
Who is he?
Oh,
I'm not familiar with him.
okay, do you know who Darrell Ice is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, this is the man who ran against him.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
retired Marine colonel. He's
Jag
progressive, jag lawyer, really great candidate. And like you've heard, lost it only in Orange County. He won in San Diego County. So our strategy to make this work and happen is to put on the heat in Orange County, which is closest to us. So that's why we're getting it this early. We want to make sure that the campaign is outlined early and with a strategy for Orange County with us involved with it, okay? Because it was not handled very well. We had very bad walk sheets. We had a young kid, nice kid, but he was green, who was the field director. We'd show up and there was no lit. We'd show up and there'd be the list where we'd spend half an hour or more than that, an hour sorting through the walk sheets. So that could be done better. And it's a tough district. We're talking Dana Point, San Clemente. This is where a lot of rich people live.
Wealthy, beautiful. When we were walking door to door.
So you have to do it, we have to wait on. Anyway, so we have a motion on the floor. Any other question or further discussion? All in favor of endorsing Doug Applegate for 18?
Aye.
Any opposed? Wonderful. Okay, that's great. All right, now he has, this is the other reason we're doing this. He has an event, and I just found out about it this evening, on Sunday at 2 o'clock in Newport Beach. The head of the Obama OFA, I was an OFA leader here, a lot of us were with OFA and with Obama in 8 and 12. The leader, I'm forgetting this, Soma Al-Amin, I think is her name. Sarah Al-Amin, okay, she's the head of the grassroots movement, is speaking and actually giving a grassroots workshop on campaign for Doug.
Where is this?
It's in Newport Beach. I'll have all that to you later. But I really want you to know, these are the events. This is a busy weekend. All right? The other thing you need to know, as far as events, is the 13th of March, a week from Monday, is the kickoff in LA for Kimberly Ellis's campaign. Okay. And several of us are co-hosts of that, all right? And we have a flyer again, we'll get that out to everybody. So we really want folks to try to make it. It's going to be in South LA near across from Staples Center, El Chente, I think it's called. All right, we'll get more to you on that. Okay. The other thing we wanted to talk about tonight was the fundraiser. All right. So, Ann, do you want to give a report? Do you want me to give it, or want to tell us what you've done? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Terribly unprepared. Basically, what we're trying to do is just have a party and guilt people into coughing up with some money for the club. Rather than putting a price on it and saying we're gonna collect $5 at the door, $10 at the door. I think the more people we can get coming through, then we just kind of pass the hat and guilt them. We'll do an opportunity drawing. We might even do, you know, a couple of games where they have to buy a game sheet and then share the pot or whatever the prize is. Very simple menu. My sister and I will be doing corned beef, cabbage, boiled potatoes, carrots,
A bit of Guinness too.
yeah, cottage pie. Chris has already got the Guinness on tap. We'll have some Jamesons.
We got a cake.
Yeah, we'll have some Jamesons.
Traditional Irish.
Start at 6:30. There are people who, you know, after a couple of hours then want to walk down to the pubs in Belmont Shore. They can do that. But mostly a social event, like I say, but that.
Stagger down to the.
Yeah.
Right.
So the only help I need
What's
is
the
if I
date?
can get March
It's
17th
actually on St. Patty's Day,
On
which is a
St.
Friday this
on
year,
Friday.
folks.
on St. Patty's.
So we can really get pissed.
And this is where I am. How do we get this word out? you know how like you sent email blasts to your Facebook page?
We have a list of 4,600 people.
So let's start telling them about it. How do we, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Okay.
But the main thing is, her sister has got this great house. How many were at Doug Alphabe's fundraiser? Okay, so you know the property, the backyard, the kitchen's been all redone. So it's a big enough place where you have maybe 300 to 400 people if we needed to, which would be lovely.
It would be lovely.
What's the address?
We'll take 100 at
You know,
$5
I
a
have
piece.
to look it up. I can tell you how to get there. This is
It's Second and,
Second in Roswell.
yeah, it's in the Belmont Heights. Okay? All right, so we don't need a motion on it. We've already decided to do that in the previous meeting.
Let's have everybody commit to go to the fundraiser.
Yeah, anybody here have an excuse that they aren't gonna be going to that?
And bring a friend.
So we'll make it 10-3.
Yeah,
That's
bring
an
a
excuse.
friend,
All right.
bring a kid.
If you
Kids are
can't come, leave
welcome.
a check. Thank you. All right, so basically, we really need to raise money. Because I want to tell you, I don't want to steal his thunder, but we get this issue with the state party. We have the voter registration bounty program.
Oh, yeah.
Every year, we've done it for 5 years. We get $3 to $5 an app. It depends, or voter reg card. Depending if we get an email, it's 50 cents more, another for a phone number, a permanent absentee, another. So it's a way that the party incentivizes the clubs to go out and do a voter reg. Well, because we were not, as a club, we didn't endorse Bernie. We didn't endorse him before the primary, until after the primary, when we endorsed Hillary. But as members of, many of us worked in the Bernie campaign, and we got them to circulate our voter reg cards, so we get the bounty. So anyway, point is, all in all, we registered nearly 1,000 people. Okay. So that's like $3,000 or $4,000 that the state party owes us. Well, what happened was, just before the election, we got a notice from the party that the deadline would be November 4th. Gee, I wonder if we were too busy doing something else on November 4th. Anyway, so I asked for an extension, we got it to November 15th. I've worked on it, got everything submitted, and then they said, I said, in January, so where's our check? Oh, well, we threw your CDs in a pile with late
We
applications.
found it in a pile.
So I have a formal challenge or formal request of the CEO of the state party to overturn that and get us the money. What I found out is what happened is because this voter reg phenomenon was statewide, that they got inundated with requests for money, they ran out of money in that budget line. I said, well, that's nice, but we had an MOU, we have a relationship, and we need the money. We count on it. That's why we're broke. You know, if we didn't have that, we would have that, you know, $3,000 or more.
$3,300.
Yes, to move food through the rest of the year. Because as you know, it's a lean year, it's a non-election year. So, that is the update on that, that's why we have to do it. And we really need everybody to have, you know 5 people that can come and drop $5 in a bucket, have them come, all right? We want to spread this. And secondly, we want to extend the membership drive for the club. So we've got some younger people getting involved, that want to be involved in something that's progressive and doing things. This is the club that does that in this town. And we want to have them feel they're part of it. So it leads to my next point, and that is we'd like to get a couple of our younger people to, yeah, Mike, Evan, to work with us, to work with the Young Dems of Long Beach, to form a coalition with them so that we can work together without supplanting that club, but to get them involved with our progressive agenda. Okay, so we'll talk offline on that. Yes, sir.
Is primarily the way you're gonna disseminate information about various events and what have you, is that gonna be through email or what is that? What
We
method is that?
use a listserv, and when Mark gives his report on the website, it'll be integrated with the website. So yes, email is our primary method of communication. Our secondary communication is Facebook, all right?
Okay.
We do not do snail mail. We
No.
don't do phone calls.
No problem.
No, it's just, you've got 4,000 people, it's impossible to do that.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, so, I'm sorry, you had, no, Laurel behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Laurel.
I just wondered how, back to your point about the bounty for the registrations, how likely is it that we would get that money? Is it like done and over with, or is there still a chance?
The word I have, I've been dealing with Sergio Carrillo, who's our regional director for the state park. I think partly because of what all of us did, we have a little more cred. He has taken it to Chris Myers, who's the executive director of the Democratic Party, and he basically said, Chris, find a way. So that's where it stands. They're working on a way to find the money, trim it off of some other part of the state's funding mechanism. So I don't know, I think right now it's 50-50. And we'll know in a few days, I've been told. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, any other questions on it? Yeah.
Just one other comment on the event at Ann's sister's house. What's her name, by the way?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Coe.
Virginia, remember, I had a lovely talk with her at the Applegator Fair. But one of the things that I think we should be sure when we promote this, that, remember when we first talked about it in December, that really what we want to do is pull all coalitions together, all viewpoints together in the Democratic Club. We want to have a get-to-know-you kind of party as well. And
Sure.
that is, to me, an equal purpose of this, as well as giving your $10 or whatever.
Well, yeah.
So I do think we need to just remember that.
Yes, a good point. We plan to invite elected officials, but not to speak. Meet with us, mingle with us, the mayor, some of the members, city council members, the local politicians. And I think we're gonna get a pretty good response from that, actually.
And it's also the night of the Women's Democratic Study Club.
Is it really?
Yes, I just looked that up.
On St. Patrick's.
They didn't check with us.
Well, I know. And
They
but that's,
never do.
it's,
They never do.
I know, it's earlier, so.
Well, they could have a field trip.
Well, it's actually, but I think Marcia's
All right.
gonna be there, so
All right,
I'll.
yeah, all
I'll
right,
get it.
all right, let's work it.
Real quickly on that, if anybody's members of other groups, once you get your e-bite or whatever the heck it is we're going to do, then forward it to all the people you have in other groups.
The main
They're
thing is
also welcome.
whether they're politically involved, or want to be politically involved, or just want to find out what's going on and what their neighbors are doing. It's going to be a fun event, but we have purpose behind it too. Okay? All right, yes.
Well, along that line, and then what was somebody said about younger
Yes,
participants
right.
participating in the clubs. You know, when I go to Don't Waste Long Beach meetings, or Building Healthy Communities, or today at the Rapid Response Training to Protect Immigrants, there's very few old farts in the room.
Watch yourself.
They're,
I just had that birthday.
you know, they're young.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's my question.
All right, a
is
lot
how
of
do you
the groups
reach-
you mentioned are nonprofit, nonpartisan nonprofits. And that's great, and we support them in a lot of our, Janine Pierce is housing. We work together with them. Not all of those folks are interested in electoral politics. We'd like to woo them in to do that, to become interested. And that's the part of what we'd like to do on the 17th.
So are you going to send
Oh, yeah, we're gonna,
invites out?
we have people who
to-
are working with, members
Okay.
of Young Downs
Okay.
and all those groups,
Thank you,
yes.
yeah.
But a lot of them want to get the mayor's attention and then other people's attention. They
Right.
like to have that.
Yeah, if we have it there, that's good for it. Yes, anybody else? Okay. All right, the next item on the agenda, we've been asked, a couple of folks have asked about the Indivisible movement, and I don't know, Laura, did you want to say anything about it? or not?
I don't really have a
Okay.
report.
All right, basically,
I do.
yeah,
I went to one. Yeah, the Unitarian Universalist
Right.
Church, they had a
no one
meeting.
can say that.
I know, I can't, I just go UUC,
You just
UUC.
say you.
Okay, I've gone to two things. There's Huddles and then there's the Indivisibles. Okay, so they hosted one meeting for the Indivisibles. There was like about 30 people there after church. And then they're having another one for anyone that's interested this next Thursday for anybody that didn't get to make it to that meeting. And so it's kind of like to me, it's like the Huddles. I had gone to that first, and the guy that hosted, or the leader of the one I went to, he was supposed to be here. But the Huddles are a following of the Women's March, and it's just an outcome of that. And there was like at least 6 or 7 Huddles in Long Beach alone. And then I don't know how many Indivisibles there are, but I mean, they're nationwide. But anyway, so what they're really, they have agendas that they're following. Oh, and the Indivisibles, they're following the Tea Party, what they did. So it's just really getting everybody to be, how to talk to your legislators, how to be more into the local politics, how to, do things, and they have like a training, and then people can start up groups. But with the huddle I went to, there was 30 people there, and some of them didn't make it because it was raining, but anyway, they're very interested. I told about the club. A lot of them would love to be, I mean, I'll send them out about the party, because they were Democrats, and they're all interested in doing what they can. A lot of them didn't even know where the city hall is.
Right.
So,
I got a call from one of the leaders asking me to come and give them an orientation about city government and politics, and I said, well, are you planning to, you know, get involved with elections? Are you gonna raise money? And the answer was no. They basically want to be, you know, reverse Tea Party. They want to be going to the town hall meetings, and raising hell, and, you know, protesting and being visible and vocal. And that's fine, that's all great.
To
But
resist.
I did not, I told her I didn't think that there was a, you know, something that we would like to move our club into that, because we're working on more specific campaigns. However, we'd like to work with them, we'd like to get them involved, because we have a resource.
They would be better, I think, to be involved here. But a lot of them, there was several that said they want to do registration.
Okay, good.
So, I mean, I said that this club does that, so I think you'd have a lot of volunteers
It
that
would be
would want
great.
to help on that.
We can hopefully raise money next year with that if they have any money.
Yeah, one of the huddles that I went to, they're actually going to be at first Friday night at Bixby's. We have all these postcards, we're writing on these postcards, we're gonna be on different, different issues, if you wanna come by and sign them, it's a little bit of a fundraiser and also voter registration.
Oh, let's stay in touch with
And
those
that's at
folks
Carson
and try to get
and
them involved here.
Atlantic.
Yes.
I think my issue about the indivisible is, in thinking about it, is kind of wondering how it does fit with our club and a more broad picture, a bigger picture. I'm just curious, you know, at which point we're gonna revisit our mission and write it down and say what we're really about. I mean, we are obviously on a path, and it's all good, but, you know, what I remember from the minutes and the last few times was that in November, we didn't want to make any decisions about what we were gonna do because we didn't know about the election, and then the election came, and then we didn't want to make a decision in December because we wanted to wait for the inauguration, and now the inauguration has come, and we now have, you know, 6 weeks of hell. And so I do think it's time, maybe with the committee and, you know, whatever we decide, it certainly can't be an individual person, me or you or any individual. It has to be group consensus about what our mission is for the next, I think we could do 2 years out, actually.
Well, I think that, I agree with you, but I think that our immediate mission, it's been on our agenda.
Yeah, I know, but it's good to have it clearly, like, we've had it for 4 years.
I know, I thought you came up with it.
No, we haven't revisited it because we had to leave it due to the fact that we.
I don't recall it that way. I recall we tinkered with it and accepted it. We took Obama's name off. We did a lot of things like that. All right, let's do this. As chair, I'd like to appoint you as chairman.
No, I can't do that. I'm too busy right now, but I
You're
will
a
certainly
vice
be a member.
president.
I will be a member of the committee.
Okay. Will you be a member of the committee?
I will.
Who, would you like to chair
But
the committee?
I can't chair it because I just don't have
Yes.
time.
Oh, okay,
All right.
I'll work with.
Okay,
else
and
would
we
like to
need
be involved with
about
the
3 or
mission
4
staff?
other people at least.
Anybody, raise your hand if you want to be involved with the mission. Okay, there's 2 of you now, okay? Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Perfect. All right, thank you. Dan, I think we have no new business. Do we have any announcements for the general meeting?
That's
Yes.
an extra.
I'm not sure it's an announcement. You know, again, because I'm a new member, I don't know what our internal process is. But there's a movement building here in Long Beach to work to get our city declared a sanctuary city.
Right.
Okay. And there is also today the training, broader than just church-based, the training of a rapid response network to protect immigrants here in our city has been launched. And I would very much like for us as a club to learn about these 2 efforts. They're separate, but they're obviously related. And then after we've had an opportunity to learn about them, to then consider endorsing and actively participating.
Are you willing to head up an effort to find out that information for the club?
Sure.
Your chair, Anyone want to work on that, immigration? Yes? Anybody
Well,
else?
it seems like.
Step up. Okay, Laurel back there.
I was just gonna say, I think it seems like those kinds of efforts would fit into what our bigger goal is and then slot them in, because, I mean, certainly that's a coalition we should also be involved with.
No, what was her
She
name?
just gave it to
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
you. Go
My
ahead.
name is Leanna Noble. I'm a new member.
Okay, perfect, great. Any other issues or,
Or is there anybody else gonna work on this?
oh yeah, we had,
I said, I raised
okay,
it.
and behind you, Laurel, right?
No, I think you need, I think you could be part of our, just briefly, part of our mission.
Because we want to get it all.
Because then we need, if we can put
Structured.
everything down, that's what I was starting to say. I can't work on that.
Okay, be part of mission, but specifically, would you reach out to those people you know and let us know who they are and let's.
Well, I know, I can tell you right now.
Oh, I know.
I mean, I could get up right now and do a 15-minute spiel on them, but, you know, I guess I understand what you're moving towards in terms of the club having a mission.
Right.
Frankly, you know, this is an urgent issue, and
Right. Well,
we
let's
have
take it up.
neighbors.
Let's separate them out.
Yeah, we have neighbors.
But it does fit. I mean, this is always kind of my thing. To me, what happens is there are so many causes out there and so many things we could be doing, especially now, that if you have a clear, if all the members have a clear idea about what we're about, and it doesn't have to be complicated, but then you fit these things in. So, you know, should we support sanctuary cities? Well, I for one would say yes, but like, where does it fit? That's all I'm saying. And we don't have to, you know.
We've had some discussion about this. We had some discussion about it in terms of the Ellis campaign and the platforms that she's
That's
running.
right. And I mean, it
There are
seems like
two-
there are lots of pieces
There
going
are
on here.
two structural elements. One is party reform. That's why she's running for chair. That's why we're supporting her, okay?
Right.
This party is not democratic. Lowercase, uppercase, it has to change. So we're gonna change it. That is urgent. And that we do on May 20th, there's an election for chair. It won't end there, but it has a finite point. In order for the rest of the issue planks, and there are 4 principal issue planks. Healthcare for all, immigration reform, which is what you're talking about, sanctuary state, okay? And then ban fracking, okay, and environmental, and then
Money out of politics.
money out of politics. That's number 1, actually, because you can't get anything, all the rest of it can't happen until you get the lobby money out. Yes, sir.
The one thing that I would caution people to think about seriously before they use the term sanctuary. Sanctuary has a long, long meaning in life, and that is not what the cities are, or the state, or anything else. They don't have a place where nobody can come and get them. That's not what it is. It's not a church where you hide out and the police can't come in and arrest you. Sanctuary is a red flag and causes no end of trouble. You'll never get meaningful immigration reform so long as you raise the flag of sanctuary, sanctuary. We don't need Notre Dame with the hunchback running around.
I think it's more simple than that the state or the city that becomes a sanctuary jurisdiction will not enforce
That's
the
the
election
issue.
of, yeah.
But that's not sanctuary. That's just the
Well,
police
that's what
doing their
something
job
else.
and letting the feds do their job.
Well, anyway, well,
But be careful
Be careful
of
with
the turn.
caution noted. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the groups that are working on this, ICO and CLUE, the 2 religious groups that are leading it in the secular sphere as well, are working on specific language
Okay.
for the city. And I think that's what we need to look at to see if we support it. My feeling is we will, but
But it may have to be better language.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
right. Valid points, okay.
The whole idea is great.
Does everybody here agree with those as our basic issues?
Yes.
I mean, there are other things, education and homelessness, I mean, we're doing homelessness in a different way, but if we do that, Laurel, I think we have a structure for our mission for the next foreseeable period of time, because we have campaigns and candidates to support
Okay, well,
around them.
We
Yeah.
need to get it,
There
What?
has to be a structure that, I mean, in my view, that we can look at, because, you know, we have great group of people here tonight, a lot of new faces.
Something
Each
on
time
fire.
there's been a number.
I know, I smelled that too.
It does.
What is it?
Oh,
Somebody
something
grabs a
does.
fire outside.
I think it's coming from outside.
What? Something burning?
It's a
Yeah.
fireplace. well
This
lit.
really.
Yeah.
Could someone just go outside and take a look, see if any smoke's coming out?
Somebody's having a nice barbecue.
I'll yell from outside until they come back.
Yeah. Smoking. All right. Laurel, I guess what I'm suggesting is we have a mission structure that we crafted, and you were a major author of that was
No, not
guiding us.
this year I wasn't, because we kept putting it off, Chris.
Let me finish.
No, but let me get that in there, just so you know, that it's, we did a fix, and we moved ahead, and it's fine. If that's what we wanna do, we can do that,
What I'm
but,
saying is we spent a lot of time getting there 4 years ago. This is nothing new.
oh,
What is
4
new-
years ago,
What's new is Obama's not president anymore, so he's not part of Mission One.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things have changed. But we talked about specific movement issues and candidates, right?
so why we have a mission is that we get it written down, this is me speaking, and then because of the number of people you have in your club, if you have 15 issues you're working on, and you have 40 people, and not everybody can work, you can't always take on something new because you don't have people to work on it. So you specialize, you focus,
Okay, thank you.
and that's why it helps.
Those issues are on our slate, so all we have to do is just put them on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I don't think it's as complicated. We have, as I said, we have I don't want to call it a structure, a framework for our mission. We've been operating
We
on
have
that way
that.
since we started.
Surely do.
We tinker with it because things change.
I know.
So I'm asking the committee to look at what we have and tinker, and if it doesn't relate, if it's too much we have to do to change it, then we'll start new, all right? Let's not overthink it, all right? Any other comments on this for now? Okay, all right. Any other announcements, questions? All right, we're gonna, the way the structure works for the folks who are new, we have our general meeting, which we just had, from 7 to 8 roughly, so 5 to 8 now. And we deal with things that the general membership has to deal with the endorsements that the membership issue, our general discussions, our mission statement, these things. Then we have our e-board meeting. The e-board meeting is a little more structured. It goes pretty fast because they're committee reports, and we don't have a lot of active committees right now. We get the finance report, we get our minutes, so it's a business meeting. Everyone here is welcome to stay, all right? It's a little dry.
No, it's fast.
No, it's very fast. I mean, we're gonna.
And then after what we do is we open the floor up for everyone to speak. And then.
Yeah, that's in the website's on the website committee report. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a 15-minute break. There's some food, there's some wine, relax, please stay. And then we're going to go into our business meeting, which takes maybe 20 minutes.
No, but the gig is though, you know, he was saying committee reports. Essentially, that's the point in time where committee chairs will convey to you what they're working on and how, number one, we can make a change in society, and then number two, how you can assist in that. So it's very important. It's not business. It's actually important. It's what we do here, yes, we can.
The active committees we have right now, and we'll get into this in a few minutes. Okay, we've got a finance report, we have our minutes, so we have continuity. And then we have our Red to Blue, Blue Revolution Committee, which basically is a lot of the work we're undertaking, okay? The Ellis campaign, some of these other things we're doing. And then we don't have a membership, we just have a new membership chair. Shirley is our membership chair. She's on the e-board now.
You didn't look happy there.
Smile.
No, she didn't raise her hand.
No, ask her if you just point to her.
Oh, I pointed her last month. Okay, and she and I have not met to do the membership, so that's my fault. Okay, so please, have some social time, get to know your new folks here, and we will reconvene in 15
Can I say
minutes.
one more thing before we leave?
You've done, you already.
I totally forgot about support for them. If anybody
Make a
wants
donation
support.
to get a second shot.
Well, I was asking for donations, but not exactly. This is all about trying to support AB 14. If you want, I can leave these here with you, is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, and I also have information sheets about AB 14. And I thought I'd leave these petitions, if anybody wants to gather petitions with friends and family and everything, you can also take these up here. I'll leave these right here on the chairs before you leave. All right, thank you.
Thank you.